James was there tonight.
Oh, you're recording.
And you were originally from New Glasgow, eh? What did you think of that? Have you ever seen anything like that?
I've never actually experienced that myself, no. But it's sad. Like I said, I've seen people there I recognize, and I know what their viewpoints were a couple of years ago. And to see them turn like that, it just blows my mind. It really saddened me to see that. I haven't experienced like that at all.
Is that typical of Nova Scotian? Is that reflective of the majority of Nova Scotians?
No, I never ever seen anything like that before. To see what you went through in Halifax and now in Truro,
yeah,
that's just disgusting. Disgusting. About how about inclusion, about no hate and all that. Here, that's what they're giving. That's what they're giving NCA. Hate. So no, they're hypocritical.
Where do you think it's coming from?
Yeah, well, when I see one of that Antifa flag go up there, that's really all I need to know, right?
Yeah.
They were there to disrupt. They weren't there to have a healthy discussion. But the positive, as we discussed, that some people, I think you had them thinking.
Yeah.
So that was a positive that came out of that.
Yeah. And they could see the suppression of free speech.
That's what they were saying. They said, why don't they let him talk?
Yeah.
Like, why are they trying to hide? He's not even saying anything bad. So they hear that. But then there were some we were trying to reason with, and they just would not hear.
Right.
You knew why they were there.
Well, it's like as soon as a young person was trying to listen, an adult would jump in and say they're too young to understand. So they're undermining their own youth.
Yeah.
Which is only going to breed resentment within the youth. They're not going to trust their elders if they're telling them to shut up. Like,
Yeah.
So.
Did you feel safe tonight? Or?
Oh, no. Like, I honestly felt like I was going to get stabbed.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, it was because you were surrounded by everybody shoving and people were yelling. And when you were attacked, which I saw, you were attacked. And, yeah, that was not an inclusive event whatsoever. That was not a love fest.
They better look in the dictionary of the meanings because
yeah, these couple of people followed us here.
Yeah, they did.
And now they're leaving. But
she kept smiling at me.
So freedom of speech was one of the casualties tonight, right?
Oh, absolutely. And everybody noticed that. They were like, I was trying to explain to people quietly, and they were listening. And then as soon as you were able to speak to somebody, everybody started chanting.
And they moved in.
And they moved
trying to drown you more because
right.
you were catching people's attention.
And they were just lying. They were lying about you guys. Like, you'd say, we're not anti-immigration. And then they'd just be like, boo, F you. Like, you were straight up just trying to tell all these people, you know.
So they're venting something, aren't they?
It was like they were projecting
I think they're venting their programming.
Oh, you think it's all programming?
Some of them, I think they're influenced by the media. That's what
media
I feel. Because they're just parroting. To me, they're parroting the same thing over. And when you ask them questions, they can't answer it constructively.
What happened to the polite Canadian?
There's a good point.
Where is the polite Canadian? Where is the Canadian that is considerate?
Yeah.
That is thoughtful?
Yeah. But see,
that doesn't want to overstep.
Yeah.
It's like it's out the window, isn't it?
Yeah.
It was a mob.
A lot of this is like with the younger generations being called up. Parents can't discipline their kids anymore, right? They're tied. So then these kids grow up. Look how they grow up now. There's just no boundaries to them. Like, I would never think of doing something like that when I was young, right?
Disrespectful.
I knew it. I'd give my dad's hand or something, right?
No, it was unbelievable.
It's just, yeah.
But there was immigrants there who were just venting too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because they're believing what they're hearing, right?
They were believing, they were defensive.
Yeah.
Well, look at the guy that said you were enslaving him. He literally
That
walked
was
up to you
weird.
and said, you're trying to enslave me. And he said, I'm trying to empower you. He was pointing at you, and you were just doing the same thing back. And right away, one of his friends jumped in and said, don't you point at him like you were being racist by pointing back. So it's like they see themselves as victims, and then they project that onto you when you're not even doing that.
Right.
And that's what I saw everywhere. Like, it was just, and then there was a few in the shadows trying to listen.
Yeah, there was a few listening.
The silent majority again, eh? The silent.
Like I said, I know a lot of people that when I tell them about the policies, they're like, wow, this is great, because the other parties don't do that. They don't. But unfortunately, they're scared.
Yeah.
But maybe when they start seeing more people show up and standing up with you guys, maybe that will finally.
It's funny. I saw the punk rockers there, and one of your policies are in corporate globalist control. Like, how punk rock is that?
Yeah.
Yet they were all just like, screw you. I just kept thinking, like, why don't they put this much effort into fighting their actual corrupt government?
Yeah, the policies you have listed there, like you say, he couldn't remember where most people.
Grab a chair, guy. Grab a chair, Brad.
Yeah, it's too bad they don't have longer places. I guess there's one over there.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
So
the cops that have been there, thank God the cops are there. And they knew who the troublemakers were because they surrounded you.
Yeah.
They protected you.
Yeah.
Right? So if you had been the bad guy, well,
yeah.
guess who would have been carted off? We know.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just saw hate. All I saw was hate staring back.
And I was thanking the cops too, and they were polite, no problem. You know?
Where do you see this going?
I see it getting worse, Steve.
I see it getting worse too. So people getting hurt.
Yeah, people getting hurt. And it's because the media's really got to take blame that. They're lying about you everywhere. So people actually think you're actual Nazis.
Yeah.
And they feel like they are righteous and hurting you.
Yeah.
So they think they're the good guys doing the right thing.
Yeah.
And when in fact they're being exactly what they're projecting.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're mob. It's just
unbelievable.
It's unreal.
I'm going to talk to this guy here.
Yeah.
Right. Hey, Brad. We're just doing a little synopsis. What did you see tonight? So you're from. Let's just say you're from Nova Scotia, right?
Yeah. I appreciate. Is this live?
Yeah.
Awesome, man. Yes, I'm from Nova Scotia. I just, with the Canadian Patriot Report, we're here covering it. What I saw was definitely a lot of crazy radical leftists. They were out of their mind. They were going on using class manipulation. There was one person that jumped out of the crowd, tried to attack him. Look, I've been covering these guys. I've looked into everything about them. They are not a white nationalist or racist group. The media is smearing
NCA.
them. Yeah, the NCA is not. Okay, they have multiracial membership. Their policies, they're the Canadian version of UKIP, man. Their policies are, they're basically that, they just want to slow down the immigration system for now, not slow it down, but get it to a point where it's reined in enough to fix it and repair it, because, we are spending a lot of taxpayer money under the Trudeau government.
And we're,
and it's not, I feel like a lot of Canadians know that, this isn't being handled very well. And I think a lot of people want to make changes to that.
Yeah.
And, that's a pretty natural thing for most Canadians. And these guys are being called white supremacists by, the radical left, Antifa, and it's way out of control. That's what I saw.
Did you feel unsafe tonight, or?
I didn't feel unsafe because, I'm not going to let anybody, intimidate me or do anything like that. But they were definitely trying very hard to intimidate. One got really up in my face. Just classic, just yelling threats. I mean, it was insane. I mean, they are completely out of their mind. I'm telling you.
Yeah. Patrick, what did you see?
What did I see?
Yeah.
I see people that are in a parade for inclusiveness that were absolutely nothing to do with inclusiveness. It was their way of view, or their thought, and their thoughts weren't even connected to actual facts, because they were calling us all kinds of things that we're not. Calling us racist and bigots and all kinds of other things. None of that. We care about all Canadians. It doesn't matter what your race, culture, creed is. As long as your ideology isn't there to dominate all Canadians, they can any type of supremacy form, welcome to our group. Right? We're politicians. We're just people like you that are doing our very best to help make the Canada that we want to see for our children and our grandchildren. And just like these people that are screaming like fools and banging pots and pans, they're doing the same thing too, but unfortunately their ideology is a socialist ideology, and all socialist ideology lead to communism. And I'm not ready for that. I don't want that for my country, and anybody that does hasn't really done the research. So I think that's as much like to say about that topic.
Yeah, fair enough.
If they have any other questions, they can always contact us through the National Citizens Alliance.ca website, and or info at nationalcitizensalliance.ca.
Yeah, great job tonight.
Thank you.
Fortunately, no one was hurt, eh?
No, not this time.
Yeah, it was pretty intense, eh?
Yeah, it was pretty intense. And you know what? It looked like if they had just put their, picket signs down and stopped yelling at people and trying to engage in violent radical behavior in the middle of what was called the Inclusion Festival.
Unbelievable.
Okay? If they had just stopped that and just gone about, they had all these people, they had nice little pinwheels up, all this different stuff, they had little booths set up. They could have made a nice little festival. Okay, this is my culture, this is your culture, right? But they decided to they're the ones that are turning it into this whole
exclusion. It was exclusion.
Race thing. Like it had nothing to do with that.
Yeah.
These people want to see changes to the immigration system because they don't like what Justin Trudeau has done. That is a common thing. That is what's held by most Canadians. And this is a multiracial group of people. So what is more racist than saying that just because a person is a certain color, they must think a certain way, or otherwise you're going to call them a racist.
Yeah.
No matter what race that person is. That within itself is a form of racism. And that's what they're trying to hide from you, pull the wool over their eyes, because they want you to see it their way, or otherwise you're evil, okay? You're a white nationalist. You're all of these evil buzzwords that they've created that are real things in society that they just cover up when they say that. And that's what's really going on. That's what they did. And that's what I saw. And that's what happened. And, you know, I don't know what it is. The media's been following them. They've been bullshitting constantly. They've been doing all of this. And I could tell you, everybody that's watching this personally, that it is insane. It is authoritarianism. It is tyranny. I'm not saying tyranny so everybody gets it. Don't get crazy, you know, and try to fight the system with violence, because that's what those radicals are doing. They are doing absolutely crazy things, and they are making fools of themselves, because at the end of the day, come October, hey man, there's going to be some serious changes, and Trudeau is going to get out of this country. He's going to stop screwing us over, and he's going to do right by Canadian citizens. And that's what's going to happen to the future of this country.
Do you want to add anything else, Patrick?
Do
you want to add anything else before we close off?
If you claim that you are an open-minded person, and most people in the LGBT community claim that they're open-minded, why does that stop at the political gate? Why can't you look at all sides before you make up your opinion and come to us with honest questions instead of screaming hateful, harmful, hurtful things and making threats, okay? That's not the Canada I grew up in, and it's not the Canada I want to leave for my young ones. So just look at our policies. Once again, National Citizens Alliance, NCA. And if you have any questions, email us or contact us. Or even ask us at one of the rallies instead of acting like one of those crazy people.